Hi, welcome everybody to our Friday Tiara Talks. My name is Andrea Henning and I'm here with my colleague Franciska Dekker.
Hi.
And we are both in the Netherlands, so we are in the same time zone, have the same weather, more or less. It's sunny and bright, which I'm so grateful for in these times that could feel a bit dark. And today's topic actually is inspired um, by a contemplation that you and I had, Franciska, about the difference between vigor and resilience. And it is inspired by the fact that here in Europe, in the Netherlands, we are coming out of COVID, whether it's true or not, but we have abandoned most of the restrictions. So it feels kind of normal, whether it is or not, history will show. But it feels kind of normal, and we were just starting to feel this normalcy a bit when the war hit the world. So there's nothing normal about anything here. And I also feel by myself, but also with the clients that we have been seeing over the last 2 years, that we have been pretty resilient and drawing on our resilience, which is our ability to bounce back and then move on. And I feel around in my network that the resilience doesn't help anymore because there's not really an end perspective there. But what I was seeing within myself and with my clients is there is a new found vigor. That's a really beautiful word. It's another word for power. Uh, to not give up, and that brought me into an inquiry. What is it that people draw from right now? How do they inspire themselves to keep going? And we were talking about something that you found that made you keep going and was hopeful. And would you like to share something about that?
Yeah, well, what was it again?
No, what was it again? Yeah, we had talked so much, so you'll
Exactly.
forgive me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about
Uh,
that article of Otto Sharma that you read, and
yes,
what
exactly.
was there
Yeah,
that
thank you,
resonated
thank you.
with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And when I hear you talk about resilience and the bouncing back, I have this other thought also that we are looking for something to bounce forward. Bouncing
Mm.
back is not enough. We have to bounce forward. And I just read indeed this article from Otto Scharmer from his Presencing Institute. They do such absolutely fabulous work about what it takes to move forward. And it takes an awareness, a shared awareness, a collective awareness from the reality. I mean, we don't need sugarcoating anymore, as he says. That doesn't help us. But
Mhm.
what is the reality? Accept that reality, but also accept the reality of what we want the future to be,
Mhm.
what we
Mhm.
want it to look like. And with that, exploring the reality of where we want to go, we also generate a feeling inside, a connectedness. And actually, it's that connectedness that can pull us forward. That's another thing that I read from his article. We need something, we need a future to pull us forward rather than a push from the back, a push from the past, have a pull from the future.
Yeah.
And at these times, we have these mix of feelings all the time. One moment we can get lost in a depression, and the other moment we can be very hopeful about, yeah, little or larger things
Mm.
uh, that makes us more happy. And what Otto Scharmer also makes explicit is that if we have that less than good feeling, don't judge that feeling and don't make it our enemy, but look at it as a creative energy, a potent creative energy that has just gone sideways, and we can redirect and
Mhm.
put it in service of the future that we are wanting to create.
Yeah.
That was the part you were referring to. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly, and that's really beautiful. I mean, you know that I am a fan of Otto Scharmer's and his work about theory U
Yeah.
for ages now, and it becomes more and more and more important in these times. So I love it that he was able to tie his work this new situation also into something hopeful. I love the bouncing forward. I love that, which is exactly what I'm also contemplating in what can we draw from to stand strong in our vision and not like giving up. This is not the time to give up. It would be the worst time to give up. But what do you draw from, is especially where resilience is tested to the max.
Yeah.
And what we were thinking about, what I was thinking about when I look what is pulling me forward, it is actually this standing strong in my purpose, remembering what I'm about. We have our visions, not a vision statement, our mission statements, our personal mission statements. What do I stand for? And reconnecting with that and holding that up, and it's literally taking your place in what you know it's right, and from that taking your place in what you know it's right, there might be inspired actions, there might come up something that feels that you can do and contribute to be a force of good, of hope, of inspiring each other, which is so needed in this time. Yeah. So I had felt a really strong reconnection to my purpose, my own purpose, and that helped me through these times. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course we are interested in knowing what can you draw from, dear listeners, in these times to stay and stand strong, even if you feel that your resilience has been attested to the max. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that, Franciska?
Well, in addition to what you're saying about your purpose, what helps me is also to know that my purpose is only a part of the whole. And we are doing things together. Where I lose energy and where I lose my vigor is when I take something upon my shoulders that is not in line with my purpose.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
then the connectedness with others, the connectedness with you, these conversations that we are having really help me also to um, yeah, to find back my own vigor, being together
Exactly.
with people who are also trying to expand their awareness about how things really work.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So stay in dialogue, know your purpose, and do inspired actions where you feel that you can contribute, and don't get too much lost in what Stephen Covey calls the circle of concern, because
Yeah,
then you elude your focus and you feel powerless, and then from powerlessness to depression, and then we are not worth a lot when we are in depression, right? No. Okay. So
exactly.
thank you. See you again next Friday, and thanks for listening in. And as always, if you want to share something, we have our private LinkedIn group. You can email us, or follow us on Instagram. And yeah, so we are only an email or a message away. Okay.
Exactly.
Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.